quite early again today. So yeah, man. And today I want to talk about, when you are buying your car. Previously in my video I mentioned that when you are buying your car, you shouldn't be limited by your monthly salary. Then later on, some of you said, to be rational enough. If you are rational enough, you should consider maintenance, cost, and also resale value. Resale value is the thing that I don't really care the most, because at the end of the day, car depreciated. In fact, in some way, resale value is important, but it's not affecting my buying decision at the end of the day. So most of you, no, not most of you, many of you bash me that, saying that you should consider maintenance costs, etc. in my buying guide. Okay, fair enough. But then when I uploaded, when a lady sort of like stretch a budget to afford the CX-5 2.0, then you guys complain that, oh, she should have get the X50, X70, blah blah, all those, which is kind of stupid. I did mention earlier that the CX-5 come with free service and maintenance that easily adds up to the running cost of the X70 in the long term run. So the total cost that actually adds up to the X70, right, comes really close to the CX-5. Hence, I think that the CX-5 is a better buy over the X70, put it that way. Then you guys are also saying that, fuel costs should be considered as well. Agree with that. I agree with that. I have no doubts. I have totally no doubts on that. And for those owners who really own X70, right, you guys know the X70 is a fuel guzzler. Yeah, I'm not bashing Proton in a way. Sorry, I didn't bash Proton in a way, but in fact, right, I didn't bash Proton in a way. In fact, I was, saying that, when we are buying cars, we have a personal preference, of course. Like myself, if I'm buying a car, right, I focus on driving dynamics over rational. Yeah, seriously. So you guys saying that I'm pretty young to own a CX-5, in a way, I'm too young to own the CX-5 that is running at 180,000 for the 2.5 turbo. On the road of the CX-5 diesel is like what, 175? That is too much for a fresh grad. Yeah, I mean at the end of the day, right, it's my option, to be honest. So I do not need to really care about what other people thinks about what car am I driving. Will it affect my work performance? Blah blah, all those crap. No, I'm not limited to that. And of course, you may be saying, maintenance, running costs. Of course, the CX-5 is maintenance cost free in a way, because they have free service, but the wear and tear thingy, the brake pads, the tires, the wiper blades, is a wear and tear, and lubricants, Mazda already provided it for free. So I think that shouldn't be a problem. So previously, I forgotten the free maintenance service package from Mazda and BMW. I missed that out. So most of you have the misconception of maintenance costs, etc. But then, right, when you guys are saying this, probably your mind is full of Honda, Toyotas, yeah, or probably the Nissan. That day I went to test the Almera. The SA told me that only certain criteria, only a certain individual is meeting certain criteria, right, are eligible for the 5 years free service. So in fact, right, for normal individual they will only provide 5 times of free service, which is quite good in a way. 5 times free service costs you what, 1,500 ringgit? Yeah, thereabouts. So I think the most cost consuming part is the yearly road tax and insurance for a CX-5. If you are buying a Myvi or a new, or probably a new Myvi, right, I think insurance and road tax is not a cost. But then if you are getting the premium brands, the used car brands, everything, right, then it really adds up to the cost of your sort of like yearly or monthly expenditure. So in a way. So the next thing in fact, right, I was about to pay my yearly insurance in about another 4 months, and my road tax cost 600 plus per year. Insurance, I think I'm estimating around 2005 with NCD discount. Yeah, I'm estimating that. So that is the most cost consuming part to me. Another thing that is cost consuming, right, is in fact the tires, the 19-inch with the 19-inch wheels fitted on this car. I went to survey the Michelin PS4 SUV. So Mazda's or the X70 top of the line variant, right, they get a 225 55 19 series, which kind of difficult of getting a UHP tires. You know, most of the people recommend UC6. Come on, UC6 is not the UHP tire, you know. So you guys also complain that, you know, the Michelin PS4 SUV is utterly expensive compared to the UC6 SUV, but these two are totally different categories of tires. Yeah. So per piece for the PS4 costs 900 plus. For the UC6, I think 600 plus you can get it, a save of 300 bucks. But in terms of dry, wet, handling performance, if you really go to the limit, right, the PS4 performs way better than the UC6. Of course, an enthusiast or a driving kaki like us, right, definitely go for the PS4, no doubts. UC6 is just fine for daily run. Okay, if let's say you are a normal guy, then your car is fitted with this sort of tire size, then okay, the UC6 is for you. But for really hardcore people like us, right, we will go for the PS4 anyway. So why I say so is why I'm talking about tire at just below 1 year of my ownership is because I have bad experience with this tire. When I go toge on dry, you will feel that the handling is so-so, but anyway, the CX-5 handles way better than some of the SUVs out there. So yeah. So and another part is that during my last service in BJ, I went up Genting immediately because my family went up to Genting for a relaxed holiday. So after my service, immediately I sent the car. I head to Genting for a sort of like a very low speed Genting run, not a high speed one. And believe or not, during wet, at around 30 plus kmh, when I try to exit the corner in wet, right, I believe there's oil patches on the road. First of all, I believe there's oil patches because immediately when I encountered that wheel spin, right, I saw 2 car crashes in front of me. Yeah, seriously. So luckily I didn't tekan hard. The car was already crashed on the ramp, and yeah, because when I thundering down the first, second, third, fourth, fifth corner, right, when I tried to tekan, right, no, not to say tekan, I was trying to enter that corner at around 40 to 30 to 40 km/h. My car just pushes front instead of like really turning, so I encounter understeer. So that moment I lift off, I tap the brake. When you encounter understeer, right, don't push the brake hard, just tap on the brake, turn your steering angle more. That is the way. So I was like, yeah, that time I was pretty calm. I wasn't expecting that, of course. Then, you know, my wheels sort of like spinning. Then, yeah. Then later on, another few corners, I also experienced wheel spin when I tried to, you know, push the car. When I tried to exit the corner, then I felt that, you know, this tire is not really suited for wet. Even in the Ipoh stretch on the North-South Highway, right, I already felt that, you know, the handling is a bit hesitant in wet. So yeah, so I decided to, you know, sort of like starting to hunt for a Michelin PS4. Of course, my tires still works fine in dry, so I wasn't really prepared of switching the tire yet. But then that actually is the most important part in the car, and actually, in fact, it sort of like costs the most for my CX-5. So yeah. So at the end of the day, people say, you know, tire is really a cost, to be honest. But then I saw many people switching those cheapskate tire, then when during wet their car experience spinning, blah blah, then they complain the car is not good. But in fact, you guys are really scheming on tires, so no way. But when you guys said, you know, yeah, why buy so expensive tire, blah blah, yeah, I'll talk that in another story. But I think all of this, right, should be considered in your sort of like yearly or monthly expenditure. You know, tires, road tax, insurance, everything. And of course of this, right, I do not say that it must be a considering factor when you are buying car. I'm not saying that, but of course it plays a role. But when you guys spend on iPhone the time 5,000, 6,000 plus, then you guys don't complain that it's expensive. Then you spend on tires, road tax, everything that is necessary, then you guys complain expensive. Yeah, I mean, I'm not bashing iPhone. I'm actually in the process of getting one, but yeah, I think all these maintenance costs shouldn't be a major affecting factor when you are buying this car. And you know, some of you complain, you know, when you are buying a used BMW, blah, you should consider all those maintenance stuff. Of course, BMW, yes, you need to consider spark plug, ignition coil, blah 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 blah. Of course, used one, so that is important. But if you refurbish your car at the first buying process, right, maintenance cost isn't expensive at all to maintain a BMW. It's just like, okay, all of them have 4 cylinders. All of them, no, not all of them. Most of them on the road, 4 cylinders, 4 spark plugs, 4 ignition coil, blah blah. Yeah, you may be saying, you know, spark plugs or ignition coil of a Myvi which is 4 cylinder is cost different to the BMW, but difference by not much. Yeah, you should put it that way, difference by probably 30-40 ringgits per piece. I don't think is a major difference. But anyway, your Myvis also need to change spark plug, everything right when it gong the time. Just that it depends on how fast it gong and how hard you drive. But that's what so far my Myvis previously 7 years. No, I think I did experience the spark plug and ignition coil gotta change during regular service. So yeah. That's all I want to rant. I don't think that maintenance, everything plus should be a major decisive factor of selecting your option. That is what I want to convey. But of course, if you are buying used car, that should be put into the considering factor. But if new car, come on, the maintenance cost is fixed. Literally, you can search it online. You know, if you are buying X70, the X70 maintenance cost is on the list. If you're buying Honda, the Honda one is on the website. Go search for yourself. Mazda, no lah. Mazda is free. BMW, new BMW is free. That's all I want to say. You know, cheers.